Tyson Foods has faced numerous recalls over the years, often due to food contamination or foreign objects in their products. In some cases, these recalls have impacted tens of millions of pounds of their food. If you've ever questioned the doneness of your fully cooked chicken, you may want to reconsider this incident from 2001. Tyson Foods issued a recall for approximately 2.3 million pounds of cooked chicken products after consumers raised concerns about undercooked items. This is particularly alarming when preparing dishes like cold chicken salad, as raw poultry can harbor dangerous pathogens such as salmonella. The issue arose because the processing of the chicken tenderloins and breast strips led to overlapping or folding of larger pieces, resulting in spots that weren't fully cooked. When you purchase fully cooked chicken for salads or sandwiches, it's often used without reheating or thorough inspection. Therefore, ensuring these products are adequately cooked and cooled at the factory is crucial. Fortunately, there were no reported illnesses connected to this recall, likely because the problem was limited to a single processing plant, alleviating some consumer concerns. In 2014, Tyson faced a significant recall involving 75,320 pounds of chicken nuggets due to plastic contamination. Consumers found small plastic bits in the nuggets, and some even reported minor mouth injuries. The plastic came from a scraper accidentally left inside a blending machine at a processing plant. Tyson determined that only one production line was affected. Nuggets sold under the Tyson brand were distributed to Sam's Club, while the Spare Time brand version was sent to institutions like schools, hospitals, and possibly correctional facilities. This incident marked one of the more severe cases impacting consumers. In 2015, Tyson recalled 52,486 pounds of its Annie-Tizers Buffalo-style hot wings after consumers reported an unusual smell. Several people also reported illness, though it wasn't confirmed if the wings were the cause. Taking no chances, Tyson quickly issued a recall and recovered 32,047 pounds of the affected product. The recall was widely publicized through national media, and the wings had been distributed to retail stores nationwide. Tyson assured the public that only one variety was affected, and other products remained safe. The impacted wings were produced at their Pine Bluff, Arkansas facility. In 2019, Tyson Foods faced a troubling recall involving chicken strips. Initially, the recall seemed minor, involving around 69,000 pounds of product after consumers reported finding metal fragments in the strips. However, the situation escalated dramatically when the USDA released an updated notice, revealing that the total recalled weight skyrocketed to an astonishing 11,829,517 pounds. The number of consumer complaints increased to 6, with 3 reports of individuals sustaining mouth injuries due to the contaminated strips. The urgency of the situation prompted the Food Safety and Inspection Service to classify the recall as Class 1, indicating that consuming the affected products posed a risk of serious injury or even death. While no fatalities were reported, the incident highlighted significant concerns about food safety and the potential hazards present in processed foods. Moreover, subsequent updates indicated that some of the recalled products had even been shipped overseas, further complicating the issue. In 2016, Tyson recalled 132,520 pounds of panko chicken nuggets after consumers reported finding plastic in the product. Sold under both the Tyson and Spare Time brands, the Tyson bags went to retail stores, while Spare Time bags were meant for institutional use. The contamination was traced to a rod that connected a transfer belt in the production facility. Tyson advised customers to discard the affected products or return them for refunds. Due to the potential risk, the USDA classified the recall as Class 1, meaning the contamination could cause injury or death. Fortunately, no illnesses or injuries were linked to the incident. In 2013, Tyson recalled 127,000 pounds of uncooked breaded chicken tenderloins distributed to institutional and commercial kitchens under the Spare Time and Tyson labels. The issue stemmed from an undeclared allergen, soy protein, introduced during a marinade reformulation that went unnoticed on the packaging. For individuals with soy allergies, this could have been a significant health risk. Fortunately, Tyson discovered the mistake before any consumers reported adverse reactions, and no illnesses were linked to the product. Additionally, the chicken wasn't sold in retail stores, and over 65,000 pounds were successfully recovered by the USDA. While Tyson Foods is predominantly recognized for its chicken products, it also has several subsidiary brands that specialize in different types of meat. One such subsidiary is Zemco Industries, known for producing deli meats. In August 2010, Zemco issued a recall for 380,000 pounds of deli meat used in ready-to-eat sandwiches sold at Walmart under the MarketSide label. This recall was prompted by potential contamination with Listeria monocytogenes, a bacterium that can lead to severe foodborne illness. Fortunately, Thankfully, no illnesses were reported, as the issue was identified following an inspection that discovered contaminated meat in a sandwich at a Walmart in Georgia.
And all 380,000 pounds of the food product have been destroyed.
In October 2010, the USDA temporarily halted operations at Zemco's Buffalo, New York, processing facility. This suspension aimed to allow the company to rectify contamination issues, but resulted in the layoff of 480 employees. Notably, this marked the fifth incident at the plant since Tyson Foods took ownership in 2001. In 2012, Tyson had to recall a product packed by Tony Downs Foods Company after cans labeled as chunk chicken were mistakenly filled with beef. Although the product was fully cooked and safe to eat, the mix-up caused confusion for shoppers expecting chicken. Since the error originated with Tony Downs Foods, both companies were involved in issuing the recall. While there were no safety concerns, it likely frustrated customers who found beef instead of the chicken they thought they had purchased.
Wasn't expecting that.
Another problem was that the mislabeled beef contained wheat, a major allergen not listed on the packaging since the chicken version didn't have any. This labeling oversight posed a risk for those with allergies. The USDA clarified that only specific cans with certain manufacturer codes were affected, and correctly packed chicken products were not included in the recall. Tyson Foods frequently faces significant recalls, especially concerning ready-to-eat products, and a notable incident in 2017 illustrates this trend. However, this particular recall was not a result of Tyson's own practices, but was triggered by a supplier's notification regarding undeclared milk in the breadcrumbs used for various breaded items. Since milk is a recognized allergen, the company had to take immediate action, leading to the recall of approximately 2,485,374 pounds of affected products, despite no reported allergic reactions stemming from this issue. Many breaded items contain milk. However, the absence of clear labeling made this a critical concern. Individuals with milk allergies depend heavily on accurate packaging to inform them of potential allergens. If a product lacks an allergy warning, especially if they have consumed it before without incident, they may unknowingly put their health at risk. Interestingly, Tyson had the option to sell the recalled products, as they would have been safe if properly labeled. Nevertheless, the company chose to dispose of all affected items to ensure consumer safety.
Because that's where we are now, in the grabbage.
In 2011, Tyson Fresh Meats, a subsidiary of Tyson Foods, recalled 131,300 pounds of ground beef after an E. coli outbreak in Ohio. Investigators traced the infections back to ground beef from the homes of affected individuals, identifying Tyson Fresh Meats as the source. The contaminated beef wasn't sold under the Tyson brand, but was instead packaged under Kroger, Butchers, and generic labels. Though the outbreak surfaced in Ohio, the recalled meat had been distributed to stores in multiple states, increasing the scope of the issue. Tyson quickly initiated the recall to prevent further illness.
Get a meat thermometer and make sure you're at least 160 degrees.
In June 2021, the USDA's Food Safety and Inspection Service received notifications of 2 listeriosis cases linked to Tyson Foods. An ensuing investigation pinpointed a Tyson facility as the contamination source, leading to a recall of ready-to-eat chicken products. Initially, 8,492,832 pounds were recalled, but a month later, this figure was adjusted to 8,955,296 pounds. Additional updates cautioned that affected items might have been sold at deli counters and carried different identification numbers. This recall was significant not only due to the sheer volume, but also because the FSIS later reported an additional illness and a fatality potentially connected to the products. The impacted items weren't just limited to grocery stores, they were also distributed to various institutions, including fast food chains. Alarmingly, some of these products reached school systems, although they were not part of the food supplied through the USDA's National School Lunch Program. The situation underscored the serious implications of food safety lapses and the far-reaching consequences for public health. In 2012, a labeling error led to the recall of 67,269 pounds of Tyson's fully cooked buffalo-style, boneless chicken wings, and honey barbecue-flavored Anytizers, boneless chicken wings. Some barbecue bags were mistakenly labeled as the buffalo version, which contained allergens like milk, soy, and eggs not listed on the barbecue packaging. While no illnesses were reported, the mislabeled products posed a risk to those with allergies. Both Giant Food Stores and Martin's Food Markets issued separate recalls in response to the issue, ensuring customers were made aware of the potential hazard. Another incident highlighting the frequent issue of plastic contamination in food recalls occurred in 2019 when Tyson Foods recalled 190,757 pounds of ready-to-eat chicken fritters. Complaints indicated that these fritters might contain bits of hard plastic. Although schools had purchased the fritters for student lunches, the USDA clarified that they were not part of the standard National School Lunch Program offerings. 3 separate schools reported finding plastic in the products. USDA officials expressed concern that the contaminated fritters could have been distributed to additional food service locations. Ultimately, the recovery efforts yielded only 3,905 pounds of the affected product. It's likely that some consumers opted to discard the fritters instead of returning them, resulting in unaccounted quantities potentially remaining in circulation. In 2022, Tyson issued a recall due to ground beef contaminated with an unidentified mirror-like material. The recall affected 3 sizes of ground beef chubs, packaged under the HEB and Hill Country Fair brands, and sold at HEB stores in Texas. Consumers reported finding the foreign material in their beef, prompting swift action. The recall was classified as Class 1, indicating the potential for serious harm or death. Tyson, in collaboration with the USDA, notified consumers and ensured stores quickly removed the affected products. Customers were advised to either discard the meat or return it for a refund.
No other ground beef products have been affected.